All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another video. Jacoby here with my boy Jesse. Today, guys, I just wanted to speak a little bit about just kind of Jesse's journey going through Closer Cohort, finding me. Obviously, now you can see behind us, we're here in beautiful Cape Town, South Africa. We had a nice sunset behind us, but now the clouds are rolling in. But Jesse's now traveling with me, traveling the world. So just want to speak to him today a little bit and just kind of understand his story. He can maybe tell you a little bit about his journey getting into high ticket sales, what I do. But Jesse, thanks for being on the pod today. This is good because we had one about a year ago, I think, in Rio.
Yeah, it was a year ago.
This is a little update for everybody. But just give a little introduction about yourself, maybe like 1-2 minutes, kind of what you've been up to, what you've been doing, and how you found me, and how we're traveling, doing all this stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of people have seen your content, have seen me around quite a bit. So I've known you for a long time. I really was the first person that you actually taught high ticket sales to. I was one of the first 3 people, Jeff and Nacho, of course, but I hopped into, I flew to San Diego to kind of watch what you do in person before the cohort actually started. But I mean, my background's, I explained it a bit last time on the Rio podcast, but I been in the high ticket sales space now for about a year and a half. Before that, software engineer at Amazon, did that for 2 years. Before that, had my own dev agency in the blockchain space. Before that, worked as an engineer in an AI startup. And then before that, got 2 degrees from the same university as this oak, Liberty University. Yeah.
So, and now we're here. Now we're
here and we speak South African slang as well.
Yeah, now we're
Yeah.
what are we doing, bro? What are we doing with ourselves, man, in this life? This is crazy.
But the quality of your life is defined by the amount of uncertainty.
We've had a very fun last 2-3 months, have we not?
It's been crazy.
It's been a movie. Like, that's an understatement.
It's been a wild ride.
We had your birthday.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. I'm not drinking for a while.
Would you imagine this life like a year and a half ago, bro? It's pretty crazy.
No, I mean, I would have wanted to have this. Whether I realized whether it was possible or not, I don't know, man. A year and a half ago, I was also in a relationship, so it was an entirely different headspace. So,
Crazy.
Wouldn't have quite imagined.
Crazy. So, just give the people a little bit of an idea. Like right now, from high ticket sales, what kind of money like could someone make, and what kind of money have you been consistently making every single month? Because that's what people want to know, really.
I think it's safe to say that starting out, you can make on a decent offer 5 to 10K a month starting out. At this point, I'm more in like the 10 to 15K range myself. I know people that are making more than that, but you have to be a pretty good closer. If you're on a good offer, you can definitely make quite a bit. I mean, obviously from there, things scale up to being a sales manager. Sales managers make even more. So if you're doing this for a while, you stick with the space. Any career path has a trajectory. You know, as you get better, you move in different positions, things scale up. But I mean, like I think the benefit of closing isn't particularly just the pay, although the pay is good compared to a lot of the jobs out there. It's the freedom. Like my first offer, I've been on the same offer for a while, and starting out, I was making the 5 to 10K a month range, but I was also only working 3 to 4 hours a day,
Part-time, while full-time working at Amazon.
Pretty much. Yeah, I was doing it part-time while working full-time at Amazon, so I was making really good money between both. Now I just went full-time on my offer, so double the amount of time I'm in. That's why I'm more in the 10 to 15K range. But even full-time on this is like not, I can still take calls from pretty much anywhere. Also, the longer you're on one offer, the more you get familiar with it, the easier it gets to close because you understand all the nuances of it. You can, answer questions easier, objection handle easier, all that stuff.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Bro, what attracted you to remote high ticket sales as a business model, as a vehicle to make money?
For me, at the time of my life that I was in, Amazon I was working remote for Amazon. I had a pretty good gig. I mean, working for a tech company, especially one like Amazon, they pay really well. It was a fully remote position. But Amazon was killing all remote roles, and I didn't want to go move to New York and sit in an office and have to commute every day. And I saw what you were doing. I'd hit you up about it, chat a bit in Instagram DMs about it. And for me, it was the ability to still maintain my freedom. Also, just in the internet money space, making online money, it's just a good entry point to be able to get familiar with the space, network with people. It truly is the only vehicle that doesn't require any kind of startup capital. Anything else does. I mean, I did e-commerce. Since our last podcast, I did e-commerce for a while. Had some profitable products, but it still required way more time and capital to get involved in than it did when I obviously got into closing.
Do you think there's a misconception that a lot of people think things like e-commerce, drop shipping, these other kind of models are easy? starting out?
Yeah, of course. Everybody thinks every model is easy. Um, Alex Hormozy has a video where he talks about a curve that people don't seem to notice, where when they're getting into something, it seems like roses. It seems like it'll be easy. It'll be like super easy to do. But then when you get into it, you hit a level of like, you hit this mountain of information you didn't know you had to know, and things get way harder for a while. That's usually when people quit. But obviously, when you stick to something, your success increases like the longer you in it because you get more familiar. But yeah, every model, everybody thinks is easy, partially because there's so many people out there saying that they're super easy, you know?
Do you feel like with your background being more from like, obviously a software background, do you feel like not having any experience in sales, do you feel like sales is easy?
I wouldn't say it's easy. I don't think anything is easy to do. If everything was easy, if anything was easy, then everybody would be doing it. Like everything requires work. That's just the reality of what it is. But for me, the amount of work that was required made a lot of sense for my situation, as it does, I think, a lot of people. I would say I don't believe in the misconception that only certain people can get good at sales. I think everybody can learn it. As long as you can learn to some degree to be relatable to people, I think you can learn to do sales.
Got you. And before doing sales, you had tried a few different things. What other things had you tried before having your success with sales?
Well, I did Forex trading for a while back in early on. I used to flip shoes as well. Flip things like Yeezy, Supreme, like all that stuff back in college with bots and all that. I mean, I've been doing like a lot of hustling stuff on the side for a while. Did real estate for a while as well in college. But yeah, I did Forex trading. Forex trading is fucking brutal. It's very, very hard to do. I was decent at it, but it's a fucking mental game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stressful, bro.
It is very stressful, yeah.
Stressful. What attracted you to me and my program and just going through?
Well, I mean,
you obviously knew me.
Yeah, I mean, that was the main thing, bro, because I didn't have a lot of trust for people in the online money space for a long time, as I think a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
And for me, it was knowing somebody that I actually knew personally that was doing it and was doing well, made me think, oh, okay, maybe there is actually a model that does work.
Yeah. That's solid, man. That's solid.
Yeah, and it was also cool, like, getting into it. It gave me a segue into the internet money space where now I know a ton of people in the space doing a lot of different things. And I've realized that being an online entrepreneur is definitely possible. It's hard work, but there's so many models out there to make money. But I think for a lot of people, the first step is getting into something that doesn't require the full setup of being an entrepreneur. So you can get familiar with the lifestyle of being an entrepreneur. And then from there, maybe move into something different.
There's a ton of things you can do, man. You got a ton of different skills you can learn, a ton of different businesses you can start. But you got to make money online if you want that freedom. And for you, that was the biggest thing is you didn't want to move to New York.
Yeah.
Your job was making you want to move to New York, and you wanted something that you could do remotely. Like we've been in Cape Town since end of December, you since beginning of January, the past 3 months, completely location like independent.
Yeah.
Right? Like you would not be able to do it with any kind of normal 9-to-5 regular job.
Yeah, not really, because I have a lot of freedom with like how I move my calls around, how I arrange my schedule and everything. And also a lot of calls, like maybe you have a 50% show rate, which means for a full calendar, you're only actually taking half the calls, So it's not like if I block off my calendar for 7 hours for calls, I'm only taking about 4 hours of calls at a 50% show rate.
And I think, bro, we honestly, I feel like we forget because we're just surrounded, like all the people in my network now are like pretty much entrepreneurs, people making money online, where I forget that there's actually regular people out there who, if they want to just get up and take a trip for a month to Bali, they can't.
Yeah.
Like that's so normal for us. Like we're literally talking about last night. Should we go to Paris for a month? Should we just fly to another city and just like post up for a month and work 2 months, whatever, with like the boys? And it's like, bro, you can't do that. That's that's true freedom.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to get used to. The idea that like, oh, I don't know where I'm gonna stay next month. Maybe I should go stay in Paris. Maybe I should go stay in like Johannesburg.
It's crazy, bro. Like
Bali, Dubai. Like you can just pick any place you want to stay
at. Got mates in Dubai. We just got mates all over the world, man.
Yeah.
Everyone's just making bread, doing their thing remotely, like not just in sales and marketing and like coaching and everything, bro.
Yeah, and what's crazy too is a lot of the people that I meet in the internet money space, a lot of them started out in a closing role. There's a surprising amount of them started out as closers in some capacity, started out in sales and kind of moved into something different.
Yeah, because salesman is the first skill. You learn the inside of an offer. You learn the inside of some kind of business. You learn, like you were saying. What was you were saying? Who was it was saying that if you understand tech and sales?
Oh, it was Alex Becker. Yeah, if you know engineering and sales, you're a powerhouse. You can do anything.
Basically, can do anything. Because a lot of people they'll do a software, they don't know how to sell it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because you have engineering people who don't know how to relate to people. Then you have like relatable people who don't know engineering.
So those are the two crack skills, guys. If you're trying to get into anything, in
that was one of the reasons I actually decided to get into it as well. is because I heard that before I got into sales, and I was like, man, I thought about it for a while, doing sales in some capacity. And then I realized, like, if I do this, because if you get into sales, most of the time in the traditional route, you got to go be a BDR for a while or an SDR and make grueling cold calls. And then from there, and a lot of people who may be watching this know that.
Yeah.
And then from there, you move into like an account manager, maybe an account executive and all this stuff. And like,
how does the model actually work? Like, I know people always ask, but like, what does it look like in a high level if you could just explain it in 1 minute?
explain what?
Like high ticket closing, high ticket sales, coaches that are out there that have offers.
I mean, it's anything, but any high ticket offer, which is an offer, I would say, couple $1,000s or more. And they scale up to like 15K, sometimes 20, 30K. And there's B2C and B2B. Obviously, B2C, business to consumer, if you're selling maybe an education product to somebody who's a regular person looking to get into it, or if you're B2B, maybe it's an agency selling their services to another agency. But yeah, I mean, as a closer, if you're not triaging your own calls, you just have a calendar that's open, and a setter sets calls on your calendar, and then you just take those calls and you try to close them on the call, make them pay. If they don't, then you set up a follow up
and you have no base. That's the thing. There's no base with this. It's not like any other, like maybe corporate sales job that you'd get some kind of base.
Yeah.
When they offer you a base, that means that they're capping you. There's a ceiling. So there's no base. There's no ceiling. You only eat what you kill. You only make commission off of the deals you close. So it can be very scary, but at the same time, I love it because I know I'm good at sales. I know I'm gonna bring deals in every single month. And yeah, bro, you're able to open your calendar, take calls as much as you want, close your calendar. If you don't, take some time off. Have a second thing on the side. Start an e-com brand. We got a student that's trying to be a DJ. We got guys that are, what else? What all the students, people are doing all kinds of different things.
I mean, I don't know what everybody
running agencies on the side.
A lot of things that people do.
Yeah, people do info operating, whatever the case, right? So it's something that you can do, make cash, and then have time to put into whatever your passion is, or if you're trying to build something bigger, you can, right? What was the reason maybe that you were hesitant to obviously like learn how to take a sales and maybe like go through and just like learn this vehicle before like finding me? Obviously you knew me, but like, do you have any fears, doubts? Because like obviously that's what people want to know.
Yeah, I mean, obviously leaving Amazon, because Amazon is a very high-paying, established job. Like, it's a W-2 job that has great health insurance. So not having health insurance sucks. It's a fact. You got to pay for your own. I didn't realize how expensive health insurance was coming out of that. Especially
the reality.
Yeah, breaking my arm back in November, like that sucks, not having health insurance. But I still wouldn't trade it for my freedom, basically, But yeah, I mean, for me, like leaving if you have an established job, it's much harder to leave. If you don't have an established job, it's much easier to leave, But that's why I did both at the same time. You can stack it, do both at the same time, and then.
Amazing. And now he's actually a co-coach in my program in Closer Cohort. Takes a call every single week and trains our students. But before coming into going through the program initially, like what did it look like? Walk people through like step by step. You knew nothing about sales. You came through 8-week program. What was the process like? What did you learn? Like how was the mindset? Everything, man.
What do you mean by the process?
Like what was the process like? Like going
Like
from
coming into
knowing nothing about sales to like step by step, walk us through like what did you have to learn? How was the process?
Yeah, I mean, first step is learning what exactly a high ticket closer does, because I'm sure a lot of people, if you've never heard it before, even if you have no idea what that even means. So learning what it is, what like just the day-to-day of what the job looks like, and then from there learning about a sales framework, essentially how you structure your call, because when you get on a call, if you have no idea what you're doing, like somebody hops on a call with you, you don't know what you're going to say. You're just having a conversation with them. You have to somehow figure out information about them, tell them about whatever you're trying to sell, and then try to get them to pay. Like if you don't know how to structure a call, like the structure of it, then you're screwed. You're just swimming around, flailing around in the water.
Yeah.
So learning the structure of the call, and then learning, generally like different frameworks, and then learning how to handle objections properly, how to loop, all this stuff. And then how to deal with logistics, because there's inevitably going to be painful logistics on a call. Not always, but sometimes.
Yeah. Master sales psychology, tonality, pacing, understanding your framework, setting the frame, discovery, reiterating everything, going through and doing a little mini pitch, and objection handling, right? That's basically entire end-to-end sales call.
Yeah.
And then going through the program, doing mock calls with other students, right? Practicing these calls before you actually get on a live offer, so that you learn what does it actually look like. So you practice how you play. And then going through, there's a couple other things you had to do too, like a fast, and you had to do, vision board and all these things to get your mind right.
Yeah.
Right. So all that, making you a good closer. And so basically then now, um, what would you say like your average day looks like now as a full-time high ticket closer? Like what does your day look like when you wake up? How like what's your schedule like? What do you keep gym, etc.?
Yeah, I mean, I work close to US hours. I just went full time on my offer, so now I work like 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. Cape Town time. But like I said, I got a 50% show rate. So out of that time, I'm really only spending half of it taking calls. But yeah, I mean, I wake up pretty late because I go to bed pretty late. I go to bed like 3 a.m. Always been a night owl. Wake up at like 10 or 11. Come out here. It's got this beautiful view that's blocked by the fog right now. Drink some coffee, enjoy the sun, go to the gym for an hour, come back, do whatever random things I need to do. Hop on my calls for like 7 hour block right now that I take calls, and I'll work on other stuff in between that as well. And then yeah, then my day ends at 9 p.m. I get some food here and there, somewhere between, and it's a pretty relaxed environment.
Pretty chill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty chill. Yeah. Sick day. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
What would you say, bro, is like what was one of the most helpful parts about working with myself and going through the closer cohort?
I mean, undoubtedly is how much you care about your students. That's not even a question. Yeah, you genuinely care about people's success. Like a lot of people out there, they just want money. What I've noticed about you just personally as a human, and also just obviously observing you with people, and everybody would say this about you as well. You'll like hit people up. If people haven't been on top of things and they've kind of gone ghost a little bit, or they like maybe fall off, you like hit them up and say, yo, what are you doing? Like get back on this. Like you need to get your stuff together. Like even if they've already paid you, which is crazy because a lot of people are like, oh, I've got my money. I don't care.
Yeah.
But you still want people to be successful no matter what. So like, that's a huge deal.
I try, man. At the end of the day, can't help those that don't want to be helped. And, I know when I started out, I didn't have all the motivation. I had to really develop a lot of discipline, and I had to be very, very consistent. And I would fall off. I'd start, I'd fall off, I'd start, I'd fall off. And I find that's the biggest thing with a lot of people that want to learn a new skill is having that discipline, having that routine, having that, that mindset, that positive mindset, not having a negative mindset. Because that you go in a downward spiral, have a bad mindset. You're waking up every single day. You're not surrounded by people that are actually doing the same thing you're doing, which is how I was when I started out. And it's why I created this community and this program, because I wanted people to have other people around them that were, pursuing the same thing.
Yeah.
So that's huge, man. Even like us just living together now the past few months and being with the other mates, like it's definitely, and you were by yourself for a while too. So being around people that are also speaking about entrepreneurial stuff, understanding the self-improvement grind makes a difference.
No, it definitely, yeah. Environment matters a lot.
Environment matters a ton.
Like I'm like, I lived about the past year, pretty much all 2024 in Dallas, basically just by myself. Obviously I have some friends there and whatnot, but I live by myself. I would spend a lot of time working. And, like if you really understand your vision, it's not impossible to do that, but it's much easier to work and grind and hustle when you have other people that have a similar vision alongside of you. It's much easier. You don't have to have nearly as much internal resolve for it.
So I would recommend people like move if you can. Find a city, find a place where there are other people that are doing the same thing you're doing, and it will exponentially affect everything that you're doing. So move to the nearest city. If you know at least one person or something, like lock in with them. If it's something you're truly serious about, you have to do it, man. You have to take that jump. You have to take that jump, bro.
For sure.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, bro. So what would you say? Like, obviously, you're explaining like me helping the students and contacting people. But let's say like as far as like someone that's maybe like on the fence about doing high ticket sales, they've researched it, they've seen some stuff on social media. There's a lot of other people out there that are obviously teaching this, not just myself. There's a lot of people that teach sales. What would you say to someone that's maybe on the fence of potentially joining our program, or doing another program? What would you say to them about like, obviously just taking the jump and jumping in?
I mean, it depends on why they're on the fence. A lot of people are just afraid of being uncomfortable, and a lot of people are afraid of the unknown. One thing I've realized, just in my own life, I don't know who told this to me at what point, but somebody once said that out of everything that you worry about, only 70% of it, only 30% of it ever comes true. Out of all the things you worry about, only 30% of it actually comes to pass, and out of that, only 10% is ever as bad as you think.
Only 10%.
It's only ever really as bad as you think it is. So everybody catastrophizes to some extent. So obviously people are afraid of the unknown. People are afraid of jumping out and doing something, but like everything that you want in life is on the other side of your own fear. Basically, it's a common thing that people say because it's true. So people at the end of the day, like you get out of life what you put in, right? So people have to learn to overcome their own fear at the end of the day, you know.
And we speak to people every single day. I mean, every single day, people have the same fear, human nature. What do you say on your calls? Like, you say, someone says, I'm scared. What do you say? You're like, that's normal.
Yeah, I would tell them if they say they're nervous, I would say I would question if you were human if you weren't.
Yeah, it's normal.
Yeah, it's normal to be afraid. It's normal to be nervous. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a lot of people are just afraid to take an action. People don't understand the what's required to really have a serious mindset shift necessary to like get to where you want to be. And a lot of people just don't. It's not that they're not capable of doing it. They just choose not to. People value their comfort. Comfort is a slow death, and people just value their comfort at the end of the day.
Comfort is a slow death.
Yeah.
People, I mean, bro, it's nice to have that consistent income coming in every single month. You know, you can go home, you can turn the brain off, you can chill with the wife, you can watch Netflix. You don't have to think. You know, as an entrepreneur, you're cursed with 24/7 brain running. You know, so that's something you're gonna trade this life for if you really want it. But
yeah, I think at the end of the day, the reason that people are afraid of doing anything is because they just don't believe it'll actually happen. Like they just fundamentally don't believe that it's possible. If they did, then if somebody's in a bad enough position and they hate their situation and they think that something can change the situation, if they genuinely believe that it would, then they would do everything in their power, any means necessary to make it happen. So if people don't, it's because they just don't believe it's possible at the end of the day, you know? And that makes sense. Like if you've never seen something happen, it's hard to believe that it's possible.
Bro, I mean, what's the alternative? What is the alternative?
Continue to do what you do.
I mean, I would much rather have the freedom, like you're saying, make very little money, have the freedom to be able to have the potential to make crazy money, to be able to travel, even if I'm doing that for years.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard a quote about a year and a half ago when I was in Thailand. It was August 2023. And it's stuck with me ever since. And it's something I repeat to myself all the time. And it's the quality of your life is directly proportionate to the amount of uncertainty that you can handle.
Oh, that's fire.
So a lot of people, when you're jumping into something new, there's a lot of uncertainty involved. You don't know if it's going to work. You don't know how much time it'll take. What if you put all this time into it and it doesn't actually work out? And that's what goes through everybody's mind. What if I put all this time into something and it doesn't work out? But you're facing uncertainty. When you're facing uncertainty, like the quality of your life goes up if you can handle more uncertainty. And it's true. I mean, we don't know where we're going to be next month. This spot ends. We're going to be bouncing to another country or another city or maybe another spot here in Cape Town. And but we live a great life.
We're out here, man. We take it as it comes. We're very present in the moment.
Yeah.
But we know, that's very well said. Yeah. Any advice you'd have for anybody? Any homies, anyone that's watching, maybe your younger self, like?
No, I mean, pretty much everything I just said, bro, about just learn to handle more uncertainty in your life. The more you can do that, the quality of your life will improve. Learn to step out and not chase comfort so much, and learn to just be comfortable being uncomfortable, and learn to handle uncertainty. It's the biggest piece of advice I can give people. Feel comfortable handling greater uncertainty, and your life will get better.
That's fire.
Yeah.
What do you think about South Africa as a country? Cape Town.
It's great. It's a beautiful place, but don't move here.
Don't move here. What?
Too many people. There's too many people flooding Cape Town, bro. It's even though,
yeah, leave it for us. Don't move here.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep it as my hidden gem. I'm not gonna gas it up like every other internet entrepreneur, because then more people will move here.
Actually, we probably shouldn't even talk about it on this podcast, to be honest.
Probably not. Cut this part out.
Go to Bali.
Cut this part out.
Go to Bali.
Cape Town sucks, bro. It's terrible. Go to Bali. Go to what's that spot in Mexico? Tulum. Go to Tulum. Yeah. Go to Dubai.
Yeah. Go to Dubai.
Bro, I should turn these lights on. It's dark as fuck in here.
And we turn them on real quick.
Here, I can't move this thing. So
I'll move.
Yeah, go ahead and turn it on. I'm gonna wait right here.
Yeah. Tell people about where you traveled, bro, because you traveled a lot.
Yeah, little scene change. I haven't traveled as much as you,
but you have.
Yeah, make sure it doesn't disconnect. Just set it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he goes and turns the lights on. Yeah, the past year I've been to Greece. I've been to. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Do the other one as well. Yeah, beautiful. Look at that. Got the nice blue water, the nice line lights down here. It's a beautiful spot. I'm gonna miss this place. So many memories here.
It's been fun, bro. We leave in a couple days. But yeah, we've been having a good time, man, in Cape Town. Cape Town summer.
Yeah, this whole building hates us though.
This whole building does hate us.
Almost got kicked out too many times. If anybody in this building is watching, we're sorry. We love you. Didn't mean any of it.
Nah, yeah, we're just doing our thing, bro.
Young entrepreneurs. Just
Yeah. Now these
Pool
fools.
lights do look sick though. These
What?
pool lights do look hella sick.
yeah, no, it's a this place is a vibe for sure. Yeah.
This is fire. This is fire, bro.
Bro,
Wait.
we need to start taking these podcast mics into Ubers when we drive around.
Dude, actually, that's
We
something
talk about the
we should do. We should do Uber. Actually, let's talk about some of that stuff, man.
we talk about the dumbest shit.
We've talked about some interesting things in the back of these Ubers.
Bro, I can't imagine how many Uber drivers.
What can we talk about
Please.
on the podcast for people? Like,
I don't know, bro. It depends on the rating for this podcast.
how uncut we want this to be.
Yeah, this is not the uncut version.
We've talked about women of 2025. It's tough, man, finding a serious committed relationship in this day and age. We've talked about
Yeah, the modern dating scene sucks.
the modern dating scenes.
It's terrible. I think social media has ruined dating to big extents.
There's too much opportunity and options, bro.
I wish I could go back to like the 60s or 70s when people actually valued romance. And like you could do big romantic gestures and like all that shit. Now you gotta play all these stupid games.
He's a Renaissance romantic.
I wouldn't call myself a Renaissance man. That's a different
Romantic.
thing.
What do you? Yeah, not
romantic, bro.
romantic. Yeah, he's
I
a.
always have been.
If you bring flowers to a girl now, she thinks you're weird.
Nah, you can't do that shit these days. You can't do big romantic gestures because then it seems like you care too much.
You can't be too interested.
It's ridiculous. It's so
Yes, bro. Yeah, so we're gonna have to go find some wives in, I don't know, Eastern Europe or something.
yeah, it's nice traditional.
So, but yeah, bro. Yeah. What else have we talked about in the Ubers? I'm trying to remember.
Bro, the thing about the Ubers is we don't think about a topic until we're in an Uber and then it just comes up. Something about like the energy of the Uber, it just like it just creates nuanced conversation, like crazy conversations.
Yeah, bro. We should actually do like a round 2 podcast in an Uber.
Yeah.
In a round
It
2.
has to be a long drive though.
It has to be a long one.
Get an Uber to Stellenbosch or something like
Yeah, we talked about.
I don't know what I can say. I have a couple things in my mind right now.
that. I mean, you could always cut it out.
You're a very we could cut it out. We could cut it out.
very what?
I said you're very. I don't want to keep saying this about you, but you are very knowledgeable in a lot of things, bro. You're very knowledgeable in a lot of things.
I know where you're going with that. I'm not talking about
And I'm not talking.
I don't want to talk about it, but that is a very interesting subject that I feel like people would be very interested.
uncut as fuck. Nah. You start a Patreon if you want. Start a Patreon, make a paid subscription if you want uncut versions of a podcast.
I'm actually dead. Dude, what's the weirdest sales call you ever had? Like the most weird person you've ever spoken to?
I mean, I've talked to a couple assholes before. You know what it was. I showed you. I took a call from a guy in a prison cell. Yeah, this man was legit in a prison cell. He had face tattoos. His girlfriend was on the call as well as a second person because he can't.
And you closed them.
I did, but then he had to do his roll calls. He dropped from the call when he was back. He was like ready to go, but then I heard in the background them start doing the roll call for the prison, and he had to turn it off, and then I never heard from him again.
Bro, that's mad.
Yeah,
I think the worst for me is like I've closed people driving. I've closed people bartending, like making drinks. I told one guy to like step outside and I closed him. But
Yeah.
dude, I don't know if I've had anything like that. I closed a girl, like a mother one time. She went in the bathroom. She was on the toilet.
that's strange.
That was true. I mean, her kids were like yelling, so she had to find some peace and
Oh,
quiet
she wasn't
somewhere.
taking a piss.
No, she was just sitting on the toilet.
Oh, okay, all right. That's
She was just sitting on the
toilet.
toilet.
That shit, and you got it at 75 grams.
So all different spots.
Yeah, no, you'll take some weird calls for sure. It's more in the B2C offers though. Like B2B, you're not going to be selling agency to agency and somebody's taking a shit.
Dude, what do you think about the crypto scene right now?
What about it, bro?
Bro,
Dude, we lost Lion's Head completely. Look at that.
yeah, you can't see nothing. But yeah, for those, I know you're pretty into the crypto scene.
Yeah, bro, I've been in that space for
Markets
50
have been
years.
down
Branding
recently.
agency. Yeah. Yeah, markets are down. I'm not gonna give any kind of financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor. Do I have a lot of money in crypto? Absolutely. Do I think it's coming back? Absolutely. Am I gonna
We'll leave it at that.
advise anybody to do anything? No.
Buy crypto now because it's gonna help. It's gonna pump our bags. Buy crypto. Actually, now's a great time to buy
I'm gonna
crypto.
launch a meme coin.
It's down, bro. It's
Buy
down.
my meme coin.
Now is a good time to buy crypto.
No. Yeah. It is. I think it is, but I'm not gonna be careful about giving financial advice, bro.
True.
I'm gonna put a disclaimer on this whole podcast now.
Don't. Don't listen. Do what
We
you
are
do your own. Yeah, do your own
not
research.
financial advisors. This is not financial advice.
Make money from sales, from closing, and then invest in the crypto.
Or do whatever you want with it.
Or yeah, do whatever you want. Go travel. Do
Yeah.
your thing. Buy yourself a Tesla.
Yeah. Just don't get a rock thrown at it. Have it lit on fire.
Are you gonna sell your Tesla?
Yeah. I'm planning to sell it. It's going to be very hard to part from it.
Are you gonna sell it in the next 2 weeks when you go?
When I go back, no, I'm not going to sell in the next 2 weeks. That's going to be way too much of a time crunch. I'm going to list it. If anybody bites, I will. Otherwise, I'm probably going to sell it when I go back again in like June, July, that time frame.
Dude, let's talk about fighting.
What about it?
Let's talk about fighting.
Let's just fight right now, bro.
We can spar right now on the podcast.
Yeah, let's do a little spar match.
Yeah, it's Muay Thai, bro.
Clear this out. We'll do a little ring.
We'll do a ring.
Yeah, bro. I think every man should learn to fight, and women too, if you want to.
You think it's feminine to fight?
No, it's definitely a masculine thing.
Definitely a masculine thing. Is it attractive to you if a woman fights?
Nah, it's not attractive to me.
It's not attractive to you if a woman is in the gym.
It's not unattractive to me. It's a neutral thing. Like if you want to learn how to fight, good. I respect that because you're trying to learn how to defend yourself. That's great. But I'm not like turned on by a girl that fights.
What about a gym girl?
Yeah, I think it's attractive
Gym's
for a
good.
girl. Like I'm not into girls who like do crazy bodybuilding, but like I think it's definitely attractive. Any time a girl takes care of her health and takes care of herself, whether it be fitness, nutrition, skincare, anything like that, I find it attractive.
Big dub. If you can cook too, big dub.
Yeah, I don't really care about if you either cook.
I like it if a woman can.
It's a nice added plus.
For me, it's a nice. I don't want to say a non-negotiable, but it's definitely very nice if a woman can cook me rice.
Even your rice, bro.
That's a big thing, bro, for me.
If you want this man,
I love
when you're single,
my rice.
do the best you can.
No, we're not
Cook,
cooking.
get really good at rice, and then start sending him video submissions. Send them to me. I'll filter out the bad ones. I'll send them to him.
No, bro, but fighting's been good, man. I just started this year. You've been doing it for like 6 to 8 months.
Yeah,
Because when we were in Greece, we were on a yacht, sailing like around Greece. Like what was it, May?
Poros. Yeah, it was back in August.
And we got jumped. You got jumped.
Yeah, I got jumped.
Yeah, he got jumped. I wasn't there. I was slightly behind him, but he got jumped by
Yeah, a group of Albanians.
Albanian guys.
4 Albanians.
And can you see the scar? Can you show the?
I don't know if they can see it from here, but I've got a scar here because I took a rock to the face. One of them
Mm.
picked up a rock and hit me in the face.
So all the boys this year, the New Year's resolutions, all the boys got to learn how to fight. So we've been doing Muay Thai training.
Yeah, the gym I actually went to, it's called Fortis MMA in Dallas, and there's like 25 UFC fighters that train there.
Yeah.
It's a big, it's a very, very serious gym. But yeah, I got into it day one, like first day I got back. Honestly, I'd wanted to do it for a long time. Like fighting has been something, it's been on my radar for a long time. Like, oh, I'll get into it. And I've been training in the gym for like 10 years. And then you don't realize how fuck all like weight training does for you in a real
So it's nothing.
Doesn't do
Dude,
anything.
my first Muay Thai session, I was like, because you said you did it for 6 months, you look kind of good. And we did, even before you started, we did like 1 or 2 sessions here and there randomly.
That's how most guys are, bro. Most guys will do like a session here and there. I'm like, oh,
I did it, and I was like, wow, I'm actually very, like, I feel like it's the one, other than maybe surfing, because surfing, there's such a learning curve with surfing, and it's like you feel so awkward if you've never
Yeah.
like, swam with a surfboard and like you're getting hit by waves and stuff. But those 2 things, like, dude, every single time I do fighting, though, every time I do a session with Shane, bro, I feel like I've gotten way better, and I feel like my mind is just like, my mind is sharp. It's like, it's almost like, it's not even about the punching and stuff. It's more about like my mind.
yeah,
The
Shane.
endorphins it releases, like, bro, it's really interesting.
Yeah, Shane is good. Shane Uriah, if you want to look him up, dude.
And then
Shout out
afterward,
to him,
man,
dude.
I get so much work done, like deep focus after I train.
Yeah, it also calms you down as well. It makes you like, it makes me makes you less stressed, makes you less aggressive, things like that.
More chill.
The guy who runs my gym in Dallas, I mean, he told me the better you get, the more like you don't really give a fuck about like
Anybody.
fighting or things like that. Like, you walk into a place, you feel
Bro,
much better.
between learning sales and learning how to fight, bro, you become so confident.
Yeah,
Like you just don't care what anyone says.
yeah.
I noticed from learning. I don't know if you notice anything from learning sales, but I like
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get more conversational for sure.
so conversational, so good at like I can speak to anyone. I can walk up to anyone, say whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I think every man should learn fighting though. I think it's essential. It's a masculine obligation to learn how to protect those around you. It's just a responsibility I think every man has. And for me, that was a big wake up call. Getting jumped and it was me, my buddy Liam, and then we had 2 girls with us. And
And to be able to say what you believe in and stand up for it if must be.
yeah,
Because I think a lot of guys are scared to say what they actually believe. Actually, that's huge, man.
yeah,
For a long time, I was the same. I was very like, okay, this issue or these issues, like I don't want to say like what I believe because I'm scared. Like someone might think weird of me. It's like, no, bro. Like, say what you say your opinion.
Say what you
Say what you believe.
say what you need to say.
Be divisive. Be
Um, yeah, be divisive.
divisive, bro. Be divisive.
Is that the right word? Divisive?
Bro, I think I got some steak. I think we should cook up some steak. Are you hungry?
Steak does sound good. We're going out to Caprice tonight. It's the last night of the season. Some cocoon events. Some
I'm gonna cook up some
birthday.
rib on the grill. We're gonna munch.
Yeah, make some steaks. Go out for this. We're out of here in 2 days, so this is like our last like real day to have a good time, enjoy this place.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll come back to this penthouse again in the future. See how things.
Otherwise, we may get a crib, guys. We might just mess around and get a crib, like a big crib. Get a big couple garages, like
Get some cars. Yeah.
get some cars. Do the thing, bro.
Yeah. Buy some nice
GTA.
Buy some more nice clothes. Get some nice cars. Get a nice crib right up there behind us. You can't see Fresno. Nice area.
We might need to, bro. I think we might.
I fuck around and do that.
That's. I just want to whip, man.
Play some Jenga. Play some Uno. We play Uno all the time here. It's crazy, actually. It's crazy how much Uno we play.
Yeah.